Hey YouTube, today we're going to talk about my favorite carpeting plant, S Repens. First we're going to start with general information about the S Repens, like where is it from and what do you got to do to feed it. Then I'm going to give you 5 tips on how to grow a great S Repens carpet. Then if you stay tuned to the end of the video, I'll show you footage from this tank, from the dry start method, the very beginning of this carpet, to what it looks like today. Before we dive into this, if you're new to this channel, consider subscribing so you don't miss anything. The S Repens plant is from South America, where it grows at the waterline in the sun. As far as appearance goes, this plant is a green stem plant that can grow dense and bushy. One thing you have to consider with this plant, if the light isn't strong enough, it can grow tall and leggy. Remember, the stronger the light, the more dense and low and carpet-like the growth will be. That means this plant is best under medium to high lighting. Propagation of this plant is just like any other stem plant. Simply trim it and plant the trim part into the substrate. Since this plant grows at the waterline, it can do just fine both immersed and submersed, which means it does fine underwater and above it. As far as water temps for this plant, it's a pretty wide range, coming from 68 degrees to 86 degrees Fahrenheit. So what do you feed S Repens? In my tank, I dose trace elements, phosphorus, potassium, iron, and nitrogen. If your S Repens is missing out on a certain nutrient, it could show signs of nutrient deficiency. If this happens, check out my video on nutrient deficiency in plants. As I said before, S Repens are my favorite carpeting plant. Let me know with a comment down below which is your favorite. Now finally, as promised, my top 5 tips for growing a great S Repens carpet. Tip number 1 is use the dry start method. The dry start method is just a way to allow your plants to grow immersed for a few weeks, and just water them daily and cover the top of the aquarium with plastic so you keep the humidity in the tank up. This is a great way to allow your plants to take root and get a great start before you flood your tank. Tip number 2, keep your S Repens carpet trimmed. Trimming your carpet regularly will encourage the plants to branch out horizontally instead of growing straight up vertically. Tip number 3 is propagate them and plant them nearby. This is probably the quickest and easiest way to multiply your S Repens and get that carpet effect you're looking for. Tip number 4, the stronger the light, the better. Like I said before, stronger lighting encourages low, bushy growth. Weaker lighting will cause the plant to reach for the light and get a leggy appearance. Although S Repens does not need CO2 to survive, it'll give you the best results. Now that I've shown you my 5 tips for growing an S Repens carpet, I'd like to show you my journey, starting with the dry start method. So that's how I grew my S Repens carpet. I always say, if I can do it, so can you. I'll see you next time.